So, if I think the easiest way to get to Schoology is to start at the Phoenix webpage. So guys, I always go to Phoenix first, and if I was you, I'd probably make that my homepage. You don't need to do this right now. But if you are out of school for any reason, I wanted to make the reminder to you guys, because like we have classmates out today. Antonella, I got a paper for you, but I can bring it to you in just a second. So my math page, it's kind of chopped a little weird that the picture you can't see, it says math is not a spectator sport. But now you can once we get to the page. So all of your Chapter 5 stuff is in here, like handouts, worksheets, stuff like that. This link takes you to the Math 7 playlist. But guys, I will tell you, it might not have every single video. If you need to go look and see, like, wait, I think we're missing a video. First off, the newest videos end up at the bottom. It's just a YouTube setting. If anyone knows how to change that, talk to me later. But my newest, when I add to the playlist, ends up at the bottom. Well, so I think that's a you thing, right? Like when you're looking at it. So then, if you click on me, there's Antonella's if you want, and you go to videos, this will have everything, right? So this is just sorted by date, and the newest are on top here. So if you are out of school for any reason, or if you're looking to review mastery stuff, like I'll probably do this for the quiz that we're about to do. Because in the Chapter 4 materials, I got the videos from when we went over the Chapter 4 mastery, right? All those common mistakes that people made. So we're going to go over the Chapter 5 mini mastery right now. And this video will also end up in my Schoology. So take a moment, look at your mini mastery real quick. Antonella, I'll put the plain book back up for you, or you can copy it later if you want. If right now you got too much to do. Huh? Oh, I didn't move it yet. So hold on, don't turn papers in yet, because we're going to check them. Oh. Do you want to check homework first or mastery first? All right, let's do homework first, and I heard that more times. So you should have out the mastery that I just gave you back. If you don't have it, you probably missed it and need to come see me to get a copy of it. Oh yeah, that is important. We should probably do that first. So get out 531 if you don't have it out. 532 I have to give you, but you already have too much stuff right now, so don't worry about it. I'll give you this stuff in a couple minutes. If that's what you're looking for, Miss Martin, they're right over here. Here's the handouts for today.
I was getting errands and stuff from
What's up? 531? It was from last week. Are you sure? Were you here on Thursday? Here's a copy that somebody had taken. It had these problems on it that we did together. We did these Myra and Dahlia problems together. Sorry, this is a little folded. Somebody put it in their bag. That's my only extra copy. Which is also why I think you might have it. Guys, anybody else who's missing anything, math lunch is a really good time to come take care of that stuff because AO and extensions get really busy.
Let me pass these things out now. Should we do that now or do you want to wait?
If you want to pass it out now, I was just worried about people having too much stuff on their desk. Like some of them try to start their homework ahead of time when they shouldn't be. Lunch email. That's what I'm looking for. Up here? No, this is not updated for this week yet. All right, lunch. Your options are corn dogs, mac and cheese, chicken patty, spicy patty, cheese pizza, pet pizza, and fake peanut butter and jelly. Actually, I've heard the sun butter is pretty good. It's a good fake. All right, so we're only doing this once. We got to be efficient with this stuff, all right? So your choices are corn dogs, mac and cheese, or your chicken options, or your pizza options, or butter and jelly. So, hands up, corn dogs, mac and cheese. I have heard good things about the mac and cheese. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 with Vanessa. You got to go high, guys. Hands high. Make sure I can actually see you so you get counted. 5, 6, 7. Okay. Chicken patty, regular, not spicy. Regular chicken patty. Just Layla. Spicy chicken patty. Living life on the spicy side. Just one. Cheese pizza. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pepperoni pizza. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And sun butter jelly. I kind of want to try one just to try sun butter because I never have. But... Well, because I can eat peanut butter, just not here. All right, anybody else? All right. Cool. Let's check 531 then. Give me a second to pull mine out, and then I am happy to take questions. Actually, I think that was the issue. I gave away all my extras of 531, and I don't have one. I do. So guys, you should be done with this homework. It was gonna be due on Friday. If you're not done with this and you did not think about it over the weekend, you may realize you're setting yourself up for not a great week. We have homework due almost every day this week. And us teachers, we're talking on Friday, and like we continually text. Some of you are just not taking care of what you need to take care of. You're like avoiding things, right? And we get it. Like when you have multiple things to do, it gets stressful. It's hard to start. Like especially with our math assignments, it's like 5 problems, right? Take fragments of time. Some of you guys have started bugging like in the morning or like random bits of time. Now 103 is going to look different because I rewrote the problem to try to make your life a tiny bit easier. What I said for 103 was show that relationship by first finding the unit rate, and then show how you would find the numbers of pieces that can wrap in X number of minutes. So if we find the unit rate with 434 pieces in 5 minutes, that unit rate is 86.8. But what you have on your paper will not look exactly like this. So what questions does anybody have? Aiden. 102. There are 4 parts to that, so you want to give me any specific? Sorry, you said B. I hate masks. Not that I want to stop wearing them, but I would love to be able to hear you guys better. So in 102, this one always kind of, kids will come up and be like, wait a minute. So guys, when you add and subtract, we're going left to right. So this is all addition subtraction in part B. So -3 plus another -3 plus another -3. Or you could say -3, go down 3 more, go down 3 more. These together take us to -9. But then, minus -3, what happens with minus negative? It's really adding positive. So that becomes +3. That's how we get -6. So guys, your job right now in this moment is to be checking these answers. And if you got it wrong and can't find your mistake, you do exactly what Aiden just did and say, can we go over that one? It doesn't make sense how that answer is the answer. But again, if you aren't trying this on your own, you're getting nothing out of it. 0 benefit if you don't try this on your own. Mia.
102
C. Happy to do it. So in C, following order of operations, which a couple of you have started doing this beside these problems, which I love, and you're like crossing pieces of it out, I don't actually have parentheses here. Even though I do, there's nothing inside parentheses I can do. This counts as what? Multiplication, because there's nothing to do inside the parentheses. So remember, this is exponents. The little numbers are exponents. If you need help with that, come see me. But in C, there are no parentheses that need done. There are no exponents at all. So then we get to multiplication. What is 2 times negative 2 times negative 2? Well, what happens when we have a negative times a negative? It's a positive. You need to check. It's right over there. Multiply, divide, same sign, positive answer. So then 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. So what we really have is negative 17 plus 8. And that's how we end up with negative 9, I believe. Remember, good guys, bad guys. Bad guy is stronger there. Eve. You can. It's way better if you've tried it on your own first. Well, which one are you talking about? Oh, I mean, so it's kind of hard to answer that, because if it was one that you were so stuck on that you couldn't get started, I don't want you to just make something up. But if you have the time and ability to try to get started on your own, that's going to do a lot more benefit for your brain before I just start telling you how to do it. Right? It's like if you try to bake a cake on your own versus just watching it done on the Food Network. Right? When you try it on your own, you actually realize, can I bake or not? You just watch Food Network, you're like, I could do that. John? They rounded. Well, actually, more so you rounded is what it sounds like. So it says, how much will Lynn pay? So this is the trap door right here in 101. The discount is a third off. And I think I had a hint that I typed in there. But if it's a third off, what fraction do we pay? We pay 2/3. So 2/3 of your 80 be 160 divided by 3, which you guys 53.3. No. Way more than that. Sorry, 53.3 would be the discount. Okay, double check what you're looking at with the answer key.
The discount
Wait
is
a minute.
26.6. The answer is 53.3.
Yeah. Okay, I'm getting danced around in my head because the 160 just threw me off because I'm writing out my work weird. This would be grab a calculator, right? So if I grab a calculator, do 2/3 of 80, that turns into this, but then that division will get 53.3. But it's money, right? So if you're going to put it in money form, you should either really write 53.33. We shouldn't round up. Like, the rounding rules tell us that we shouldn't round up. But as some of you know, some cash registers, if this goes on forever, I've told you some cash registers just round it up. Because otherwise they're losing money. So if you said 53.33 or 34, either of those is correct. If you said 53.4, like put the 4 in the tens place, that's not really correct. Other questions? Aiden. 105-108. Like this one? Yeah. Can you tell me more about what goofed you up here? Like, if we can now see the answer key, because we might be able to figure out what we did. So I'll go over it again. I'm just curious to always know, like, what did you have answers here?
Yeah, but first I was confused about negative 12 and say something.
Yeah, no, thank you for saying that. So that's what confused you, right? Going from the negative to the positive. So we know that this is negative and this is positive. We know 0 is somewhere in between them. But what we can do, how far is this? 3 jumps, right? So if we think about the jumps there, we've got 3 jumps. But then how far is it numerically? From negative 12 up to positive 6, that's a distance of 18. Right? From negative 12 up to positive 6. So then we're dividing that by the 3 jumps. And that's how we get that each jump is 6. Does that make sense? So likewise, in B, we would take this distance of 27. Even though it goes down to the negative, it's a distance of 27. We would divide by 3. Mia? No. I would really actually like to either work individually with people. That came exactly from what we did in the lesson. So I would really like to see people try that on their own, and if they need help, come see me. I mean, if we underline or highlight, I'm not going to do this for you. I'm not going to walk you to your answer. But Mr. Nolling's garden has a length that is 7 feet more than twice the width. What I need to see if you can do at this point is turn that into a mathematical expression like what we did last week. Now, if I was you, I would just draw a picture. And it tells us draw a picture. Right? So I would draw the garden and then label things. All right, if you need more help than this, please come to math lunch. We can only take so much class time. Guys, a lot of kids that are coming to math lunch are not catching up on homework. They're working ahead. Right? They know I don't have time at home to do this, so I'm going to come to math lunch and do my homework now. And they even turn in homework. I've got a couple people that make me make my next page in the grade book because they turn in their work ahead of time. Or even if I don't have it printed at math lunch, I can print work for you. So if you want the next homework, if you know you're going to miss school or something. So if that is done, turn it in. And if it's not done, it's due by the end of the day. So figure it out, right? Get it done. Come see me. Come work with me. Come to math lunch. Take a moment. Turn that in if it's done, which I should see people moving. Otherwise, my heart is breaking. No, I hope not. I took my heart pills this morning. No worries. We did lunch count. 525 and 526 are in map now. Some of you are okay, whatever. Thank you because you got them back. If you did not get back 525 and 526 today, you haven't turned them in. So right now, check your binder. If you have 525 and 526 that are done and need to be turned in, turn those in right now. And please make sure your name is on them. So take a moment, check your binder. Then we're going to go over the mastery. Check your binder. 525, 526. 525, 526. I don't see many people checking binders or turning stuff in. I see people just sitting and not caring. Oh my gosh. My little nephew just had COVID a week or two ago, and now his mom, now it got his mom. So shout out to Finn on my YouTube that maybe years from now, we'll look back on this. But last week was my little nephew's first birthday. So happy birthday to Finn, although now they've just had to cancel his birthday party because now Sarah is positive. So we'll postpone it. Sorry, I don't want you guys to that sounded really sad. Yeah, we're gonna celebrate, and don't worry, he won't know that it's not his actual birthday. Right? He won't remember it anyways. All right. So I want to go over. We'll make Finn a YouTube account so he can subscribe to me, right? I want to go over any problems that you need to go over. Sorry about my poor handwriting. This is a 36. Now, everybody put your eyes on this problem. And if you got any of these other ones incorrect, it's really just probably you counted wrong or something like that. Guys, this is kind of my fault. And, I don't know. There are certain things that teachers, normally don't say, but I'm a weirdo. Most teachers won't admit when, a class did something wrong and it's their fault. They should, but a lot of times, like adults, we don't like to admit we're wrong. I'm perfectly fine admitting that I'm wrong. My wife has made me very comfortable with that. That's a joke. So, guys, aces, these are not actually numbered cards. Just like an ace doesn't count as a face card. So if you said 40 over 52, that's okay. Like, I probably circled it, and for some of you, I just put question marks. And actually, some of you, I was realizing, oh my gosh, a lot of us are saying 40. So some of you, I probably just marked a check mark if you said 40 over 52. But technically speaking, our numbered cards are only 2 through 10 of every suit, which is 9 numbered cards of each suit. And 9 times 4 actually gives us 36 numbered cards. So if you have 40 here, here's what I want you to do. If you have 40 here, crap, that's a 52. Just put like a star next to it and say, with aces. Right, if you had 40, now if you had 36, you're totally fine. 36 is the answer I was looking for. But if you counted the aces, some of you did. You thought they were 1, because we talked about a lot of times they have the value of 1. Yeah, this is tricky. This is my fault. I might avoid this question in the future because numbered threw us off. We didn't know if ace was a numbered card or not. So if we count aces, it's 40. If we don't count them, it's 36, and it's always over 52. If we're talking about the entire deck. Any other questions about our deck of cards? Probability questions. Yeah. Let me guess, it's not about number 1. In number 2, the trap door. That I don't know that I would consider it a trap door since I made it all capital letters in bold and underlined. We're rolling a single number cube. 1 die. How many sides are on a single number cube? 6. So our denominator, unless we're reducing in 2, this should be over 6. Hey guys, by the way, if you have wrong answers, correct them. You can do it right on here if you want. But everybody is going to turn this back in. I think we're kind of in this habit now, but if I have not given you a grade, that's on purpose because I'm trying to make you look back at your paper, change whatever you need to change, and then give it back to me. I'm hoping that once we talk about this, you can just be mastered and not have to do stuff outside of class. I'm trying to save you work. But if you have wrong answers, you should be fixing them like right now. Any questions on number 2? It's a single number cube. That's what messed with some of you guys. So then with a pair of dice in number 3, a pair of dice, that you could use our little table over here. But some of us forgot, and this is the trap door. How many options are there when we roll 2 dice? There are 36. Be careful, if your denominator was 12, you fell in the trap door. You did 6 times 2 instead of doing 6 times 6. So when we're rolling 2 dice, we have 36 options. And guys, for, I didn't really number these questions all that specifically, but for why don't all the results of a pair of dice have the same probability, there were a lot of things you could have said there that were like, it's just all how you think about it. Some of the best things I read were like, because different numbers are easier to add up to than others. The best that I read, I forget if it was this class or the afternoon, they were saying the numbers in the middle between 2 and 12 are the easiest because, and they drew a little picture, of like 3 plus 4 and 4 plus 3 and 2 plus 5 and 5 plus 2. They like drew a little picture for me. And they just said, this is why. If you don't know how to put it in words, you can draw pictures for me, right? It's however you understand it. But 7, as we talked about in class, 7 has the best probability because it has the most ways to be created. Most of us got number 4 correct, but some of us forgot to and then convert to percent. So if you forgot to and then convert to percent, just do your percentages and turn it back in. Like everybody's turning it back in. But if you forgot to do percent, I probably just put a question mark out here. So a question mark out here means you need to do more, right? If you had a question mark out there. On the back, notice how I haven't really done this for you because I don't want to. You should have a table and a tree to show the probability of this situation. If you do not, you need to make whatever you're missing. Now, some of us have misunderstandings on this. Some of us did not create this correctly. I want to see you. I want to meet with you. So if you didn't do this correctly, you probably on your paper have a see me. Come to math lunch, come to AO, come to extensions. Whenever you want to see me, come see me. Let's chat. Down here in 6, though, the answer you should have had would have been 1/12 because we find out that there are 12 options. And number 7, we all need to look at, because a lot of us got a question mark there, or I wrote say more, or maybe I put see me. Anyone want to jump in to help us out with what would force us, Kylie, what would force us to need to use a probability tree? A third choice we have to make, such as like a cone, a third option, or really, guys, we should say a third choice to make. Like cone, right? So if I have to choose ice cream and mix-in and my type of cone, I can't use a table anymore. Once we have 3 options, we cannot use a table. If you believe this is mastered, put an M on the front, turn it in. Like even now that you've corrected it, like it didn't have to be mastered the first time. If you need more time with it or you need to come see me, please put it wherever you keep papers that need your attention quickly, right? This is not in map yet, so it will not be on your map list. Please do not lose it. Some people think that if it's not in map, it doesn't matter. You've got a couple days to get it back into me before I put it in map. Really, probably just today, right? I'll probably put it in map tomorrow. Turn it in. If you're happy with it, you're good with it, and you checked it all, and you're like, yep, I like my answers. They were all correct. I mean, I obviously already checked your answers. Everybody's paper needs turned back in at some point, right? So if it's not now, it's later. I'm debating what order to do this in. They did not get there. Did you pass these out already?
I passed them out, yeah.
And these?
Not that one.
Sweet. That's totally fine. Because that's not for like a couple minutes. All right, let's bring our brains back to what we were doing last week. Post Falls Middle School. And guys, we literally just did this like a couple years ago with everything back behind Phoenix and Perry and all that space. Post Falls Middle School is going to make a new basketball court area. But interestingly enough, we know that they get 183 feet to go around the rectangular court. What do you notice about the picture that they show us? What, Aiden? The building is one side of the court. So how many sides of the court do they need to fence? Only 3. right? So they only actually need to fence out 3 sides of the court. And then they tell us, what else do they tell us? What's the next important thing? Can anyone spot it in the problem?
Length of the court is 32 more feet than the width.
Ooh, Vincent is saying the length of the court is 32 more feet than the width. Ooh, the shorter side is one of the shorter sides. Ooh, I'm going to change colors. One of the shorter sides will be 5 feet shorter than the other. Because the gate. So this is a challenge, but we should have graph paper out. Right? This is not on either of your worksheets. We should have graph paper out. Try to write down what you can from this problem. And we may not finish it like right now, but I want us to try to start it. How do we write down those things? Maybe draw a picture, right? Maybe like a 3-sided rectangle where one side is just left blank or something, or you could write like building on that one side. Try to work with your team to write this stuff down. They tell us about the length compared to the width. They tell us one of the widths will be shorter. Guys, I would draw a picture on your graph paper. So if you haven't, please do that. I'm actually going to get out my own graph paper because I want some clean space, not up on the board. It should be a lot louder in here right now because you should be talking with each other. You can keep working at your desks. I'm going to randomly see if people can help me out, though. Mia, this left side, the big one, would you call that the length or the width? That's the length because it's longer, right? So that's our L. So then, Lucas, if we called this side the length, where would I put my width? Yeah, on one of the other sides, but we also know one of them is shorter, so my drawing left like a gap for the gate, right? So we'd probably put W up here. Ooh, and down here we could do W minus 5 because they told us that fence is the width, but take away 5. Hold up. I know, but hold on. Are there questions to this point? We have a length and a width, and then a width that's going to be a little bit shorter. Bless you. We got our length and our width, and a width that will be a little bit shorter. Carmen, what else do we know about the length? Highlighted in yellow up there. 32 feet. More than the width. And guys, this is not more than like the crocodile. It's more than like addition. So length, we can out here, please keep modifying your picture with me. How could we write that? John, I'll let you chime in now. I do appreciate your patience, dude. I wasn't letting you answer and you sat there nice and patient. L is width plus 32. I can't squeeze it in very well there, so I'm going to put it on this side. L is W plus 32. And now, Franco, there's something else really important. Franco, are you hiding behind Carmen? Can't see you, man. Franco, what else is really important that they told us? It's the first thing I highlighted. Yeah, they get 183 feet of fencing for this section and this long section and this other short section. So I need to add up my three sides to make 183. Ooh, hold on. Let's show our work here, sunshine. I know you're all awake this Monday morning, but I don't know if I'm as awake as you. So I've got W plus L plus W minus 5, but now I'll start replacing things. So guys, I don't know that we need all the stuff we highlighted anymore if we have our drawing. So I wrote width plus length plus my little shorter width. But I think John is frustrated that I won't just write W plus 32, so I guess I'll go ahead and replace that. I don't need L. You're jumping steps though, bro. So I've still got my original width. My width plus 32. And my width minus 5. Ooh, what's that equal again? 183, right? Check, I might be wrong. 183. Hold on a second. Who's confused? Good, I appreciate you guys being honest. This is why you can't keep running forward. Okay, you gotta pump the brakes a little bit. The top side we said was W. That is this W. I am not messing with that W. It is the width of our basketball court. Is there any confusion about that being W? What gets confusing here, it does, I promise you, this is not easy, is this length, the long side of the court, from up here to down there, they tell us is equal to the width plus 32. So they say you could take the W and put it on this side and then just add 32 more. So this length we end up writing as W plus 32. Questions on that piece of this? Then my side at the bottom is sort of a width, but they told us it's actually the width minus 5 because we've got a gate that goes in right here, and you got to buy your gate separately. So that W minus 5 came from my side that is a width but has 5 feet missing for the gate. Questions? Now, John, what do you keep trying to tell me to? Don't tell me the answers, but what do you, if you were to say blank, 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 of what to do next? Like terms. So, guys, if this is still confusing for you, you might want to make a note on your paper about like terms. We can now group up our like terms. So can my W add with 32? No. But can my W's add with each other? Yeah. W, another W, and another W is, anybody?
3W, but your weather says polluted air.
Yeah, that's probably true, I guess. Except it doesn't even know where I am. So, depending on the firewall, a lot of times that thing is registering weather for, Virginia. Because it thinks I'm in Virginia. 32 and a negative 5. So, guys, we're adding the positive 32 and the negative 5. And that's where we get 27 from. And that's all equal to, how much fence do I get? 183.
There's a way to find out the length of W.
So what if I am just like, I'm stuck right here. And I don't know what to do. Hang on just a second. And I don't know what to do. And I'm just like, well, could the width be 100? What? Like, okay, so Isabella. So I just asked if the width could be 100, and people yelled at me no. What? Do you know why? I'm just using cards, so you guys can always pass. But. Yeah, like, this is equal to 100 something, right? Like 183. And if W is 100, what's 3 times 100? 300. That'd be way too big. Kylie, could W be 10? No, probably not, because like 3 times 10. 3 times 10? 30. Thank you. I was holding my breath there for a second. This will definitely be too small. This leads us, hang on, to a process you've maybe seen before called the 5D process. It's over on my whiteboard. It needs a better name. So if you can think of a better name for it, please let me know. And like, I wish I had more class time today. If you want to let your hand go numb, that is fine. But if I reach a point like this and I don't know what to do, hey, hold up, we're not done. I got a couple minutes left. I'll deal with Gold Ring if I send you guys late. We can guess what W could be. Check it to see could that work, and then we adjust. You guys with me, Kylie, Lucas? So, there is another way. Antonella, what are you trying to say?
183, then you subtract 27 and then divide that by 3.
Just go between classes. Just hang on. Just sit here. I got like 1 more minute to teach. So yeah, Antonella said, if I want to work towards getting the W by itself over here, how can I get rid of 27? Guys, you want to write this down, and I know we're running out of time, but please write this down. Antonella said subtract 27 from both sides. And guys, we're going to use calculators to help us out with this work. I don't expect you to do this in your head. You're actually asking to make a mistake if you do this in your head. So I would always verify with a calculator. So now we can say that 3W that we have, because that's the only thing we have left on the left-hand side, right? We got rid of that 27. 3 times W equals 156. If we don't know what to multiply by, what do? Division. So since I don't know, genuinely, I don't know unless I think real hard, what multiplies by 3 to make 156, we divide by 3 over here and divide by 3 over there. 156 divided by 3 tells us the width of this fence. Careful, 52. And then I believe they're measuring in feet, I think, because we are America and we love our system of feet and inches. All right, here's the deal. Give me your attention real quick, because otherwise you're going to like come to me at AO and stuff and be mad at me. We have not filled this in. In your own words, describe the 5D process. We have not done this. It's what we're going to do next. Literally, it's the next question we're doing. But you should still be able to do the probability question dealing with the spinner. You should be able to do, honestly, all of this homework. So the examples from class, leave this section blank. We'll do this tomorrow. For your practice work, you can do all of that. What? Yeah. Miss Martin handed it out. It was this paper with a square on the front of it. Double check that you have it. If you don't, I guess you need it, but...
Are you sure? I gave you guys.
Eli, check your binder. I trust Eli and Vincent. I don't know if I trust John. I'm just messing with you, John. John, are you sure it didn't get stuck to another paper? I like that you stopped yourself there. Hey, good work. That's a good strategy. That's reverse operations, right? Using inverse operations. I don't know. I'd have to go back and probably multiply the numbers or something. Because if the width is 52, and then you do 52 plus 32, is that how you got 84? So then 52 times 84, that would probably be that basketball court area. Yeah, that should be it. Now we need labels though.
Yeah.
That's the one thing you're missing is labels.
Hey, Zeus stole them all.
Oh, I was gonna say, should I make some extra copies? Like, did
I
they
told
just?
him, you should check your binder. I was like, I know I gave him. I remember going to that.
Hey Zeus, speaking of you and homework worksheets, you know you're still a little behind for me, right?
Yeah.
So math lunch might be a good idea if you can make it work. I don't know about your schedule and everything, but we gotta get you caught up, man.
We just need to leave like 5 minutes earlier from lunch or like 10.
From lunch or